Detective Brownie sat at his desk, the dim light of the lamp casting long shadows across the cluttered room. He ran a hand through his unkempt hair, his tired eyes scanning the stack of case files in front of him. Just as he was about to call it a night, the phone on his desk rang, jolting him out of his reverie. With a sigh, he picked up the receiver. "Detective Brownie," he said, his voice gruff with exhaustion. "Detective, this is Chief Reynolds," came the voice on the other end of the line. "We've got a situation." Brownie straightened up in his chair, suddenly alert. "What's going on, Chief?" "It's Mayor Yuno's wife, Liza," the chief replied. "Her diamond necklace has been stolen." Brownie felt a surge of adrenaline course through him. The mayor's wife? This was big. "I'm on it, Chief," Brownie said, already reaching for his coat. Brownie arrived at the mayor's mansion to find chaos reigning supreme. Police officers swarmed the property, cordoning off the area as they searched for clues. Inside, Mayor Yuno and his wife Liza waited anxiously, their faces drawn with worry. Liza's eyes were red-rimmed with tears, her hands clutching a handkerchief tightly. Brownie approached them, his expression grim. "Mayor Yuno, Mrs. Yuno, I'm Detective Brownie. I'm here to help." The mayor nodded, his jaw set with determination. "Please, Detective, do whatever it takes to find the person responsible for this." Brownie turned to Liza, his gaze softening. "Can you tell me what happened?" Liza sniffed, dabbing at her eyes with the handkerchief. "I was getting ready for bed when I realized the necklace was gone. It was a family heirloom, passed down for generations." Brownie nodded, his mind already racing with possibilities. "Don't worry, Mrs. Yuno. We'll do everything we can to recover it." Brownie wasted no time getting to work. He interviewed the staff, searched the premises for any sign of forced entry, and meticulously examined every inch of the mansion for clues. But despite his best efforts, the trail seemed to grow colder with each passing day. There were no witnesses, no fingerprints, no leads to speak of. Frustration gnawed at Brownie's insides as the days turned into weeks. He knew that time was running out, that the longer the necklace remained missing, the less likely it was that they would ever recover it. But Brownie refused to give up. He pored over the evidence, searching for any overlooked detail that might lead him to the thief. And then, just when all seemed lost, a breakthrough came. Brownie was poring over the security footage from the night of the theft when he spotted something, a shadowy figure lurking in the shadows near the mansion's entrance. Zooming in on the figure, Brownie's heart skipped a beat. It was a man, his face obscured by a hooded jacket, but there was something about the way he moved, something familiar. With a sinking feeling in the pit of his stomach, Brownie realized who it was, the mayor's own butler, Jenkins. Armed with his newfound knowledge, Brownie confronted Jenkins in his quarters, his heart pounding in his chest. Jenkins protested his innocence at first, but Brownie could see the guilt written plain as day on his face. "Jenkins, I know it was you," Brownie said, his voice low and dangerous. "You stole the necklace, didn't you?" Jenkins hung his head, his shoulders slumped with defeat. "Yes, Detective. I did it." Brownie felt a surge of anger wash over him. How could Jenkins betray the trust of the mayor and his wife like this? "Why, Jenkins? Why would you do such a thing?" Brownie demanded. Jenkins sighed, his eyes filled with shame. "I needed the money, Detective. My wife, she's sick, and the medical bills were piling up. I didn't know what else to do." Brownie felt a pang of sympathy for Jenkins, but it didn't change the fact that he had committed a crime. "I'm sorry, Jenkins," Brownie said, his voice heavy with regret. "But I have to take you in." Jenkins was arrested and charged with theft, his fate now in the hands of the justice system. As for the necklace, it was recovered from a pawn shop across town, where Jenkins had tried to sell it for a quick buck. Mayor Yuno and his wife Liza were overjoyed to have the necklace back in their possession, and they personally thanked Brownie for his dedication and hard work in solving the case. Brownie accepted their gratitude with a humble nod, but deep down, he knew that he was just doing his job. And as he walked away from the mayor's mansion, the weight of the case finally lifted from his shoulders. Brownie couldn't help but feel a sense of satisfaction knowing that justice had been served.